All righty. Hello to my people. It is another Thursday night here, and we are live. So let me come through here. I'm just going to do some quick changes. Get us all set up. All right. Happy Thursday. And wow, we are halfway through January already. Imagine that. That's crazy. This week has been a blur. It has been so many different things going on. And yeah, just to get here tonight, I think I got home like 45 minutes ago from just being out showing property. And yeah, so bear with me. I'm trying to get my bearings. Said hi to the kids, grabbed a little bit of something to eat, and then here we are sitting because real estate in 2025 is off with a huge start. And yeah, I'm excited. So as we start every Thursday night in all of our shows, do me a favor, go into the comments, tell me where you are watching from, and yeah, it's cool. So here's the deal. We have people watching from all over the country, sometimes the world. We've had some clients come in from out of the United States here recently, and I'm excited about that. I think it's exciting for you guys because we have a really cool community that is moving here to the Upstate because I'm completely biased about this area. I think it's the best place to live. Why wouldn't you want to live somewhere that, we don't have crazy heat. We don't have, awful winters. Though I will say this winter, this year is giving us a run for our money. That's for sure. Because we are yet again anticipating another winter apocalypse, snow apocalypse, something like that, here in the Greenville area. So definitely want to talk about that tonight. And then we'll just talk about a little bit of, like I said, real estate is off with a bang. I don't know. I'm excited. I've listened to so many podcasts today on what people think are the updates for the new year and really looking at seeing, okay, well, what's happening? So I've done a lot of thinking through, oh, golly, I'm hot. Like the, goals that we have for the new year. Oh, that's better. And yeah, we've got a lot of fun things coming and a lot of good just topics that I think are important to talk about whenever we are considering, okay, well, Greenville, the Upstate, what's happening here? So let's see here. All right. Hey, John, how's it going? Oh, cold, snowy New Jersey. It's cold here and will be snowy probably next week. The forecast keeps changing, though. We're not quite sure. Good evening, Cynthia. Hello from Florida. Cold Florida. Man, Florida's not cold all that often. So, or at least not what I would consider cold. What do you consider cold? Like 60s, 50s? What's cold in Florida? And then, oh, yay, I was hoping this. Okay, John. So for you guys that are watching a replay or anything, one of our community has a dog that I cannot wait to meet. And his name is Henry. And I mentioned him in this last week's video. So you have to go watch to go see why I mentioned him, because it was just a place that I think he might like. So go watch this past week's video that we put up on Sunday. All right. Todd, you're in downtown. I hope you've been enjoying your visit. Cynthia, it is 49 degrees in Florida. That is entirely too cold in Florida. Oh my word. It's been in the 50s here and it gets down in the 20s at night. So that's a pretty typical, I think, wintertime here in the Upstate and what we've been experiencing for sure. But all right, so as we start every night here, I have I've been looking for updated let's see here. In last week's video, did you hear the little planes? Yes, there were planes in last week's video for sure. Oh man. Okay, so the updates on the statistics and stuff for December have not come out yet. I look for them religiously right now. We do have the updated September stats, which I appreciate. At the same time, I think that it's very different from the market that we are in right now. So I'm going to see if I can't pull them up anyways. Let's see here. Well, here's December. No, we're still in a November update. All right. Well, anyways, okay, let's talk about it. So we know that last year, the last 3 months of the market, so we're going to say October, November, and December, we were in a pretty rough real estate market. And just from my thoughts around that, it was probably one of the toughest markets that I have personally been a part of in years, probably pre-COVID at this point. And yes, we still sold homes. People still bought homes. It was great. At the same time, we had the hurricane come through. We saw a direct correlation to that in our October business and November's business. And then we started to recoup from that in December. That's what happens whenever the power is out for like 2 weeks around here and there's trees on houses and roads washed out and so on. So that's something that happened. And I've been looking at the last 3 months of just market, what was going on here in Greenville. And y'all, like, there are so many people that just waited for the new year, because as soon as the new year hit that week, I talked about it, I think, back at the beginning, like the last live stream that we did, because last week I was in Savannah, Georgia. So right now we're juggling our schedule a whole lot. But I will say this week has been off the rails. We've had more people reaching out saying, hey, we want to sell the house. Hey, we want to go ahead and get started on this. Hey, we were thinking about moving last year. Plans changed. We didn't do that. Now we're going to do it in the springtime. Let's go ahead and put the house on the market. Hey, what do you think about all of this? So I'm excited to see what's happening. Just this week, our team, I think we're taking on somewhere between 10 to 12 new clients between myself and the agents on the team. That is a lot of new people, y'all. It's sellers, it's buyers, it's everybody. And that's not counting the people that just are reaching out for information. Those are just new clients. The amount of people that are reaching out saying, hey, can you send us the list of lenders? We're getting ready, but we're not ready. The people that are like, hey, we're coming this summer, but hey, we're coming for our exploratory visit in February to decide where we want to live. That is happening so much more. And it's encouraging that even with interest rates where they are now, interest rates, and I've already talked to Brian about coming back here on the live stream and talking to us about what he thinks 2025 will hold for the mortgage industry. But really, I think what we're looking at is housing prices staying steady, continuing to appreciate here in the Upstate. And at the same time, too, we have seen a distinct shift. So I have a market update that I'm going to next week that I'm super excited about. And I'm excited to be able to relay it back to you guys, that I do know that our market since August, September of last year has changed. It has, I don't know if I would necessarily call it a depreciation, but in some areas of the upstate, houses that we priced over the summertime, they adjusted in pricing sometimes upwards of $30,000 to $50,000. Now, there's still equity in these homes, but we are seeing the price adjustment. So that is encouraging for buyers. That's encouraging for me to see that, hey, we're not seeing the crazy multiple offers happening. We are seeing average days on market decrease. I heard a really interesting thing today from one of my mentors, and he was like, hey, if the house isn't sold in the first weekend or in the first week, you really need to look at that price. It's probably not right. Our market, just because we are still, Greenville is one of the top 10 places to relocate in the upstate or in the country. Okay, not just the upstate, but in the country, we have made yet again another top 10 place to move. And if I hear U-Haul mentioned again, U-Haul is the big one that is coming out and saying, hey, people are moving to South Carolina from out of state. That's happening a lot, and you guys need to watch it. So that's kind of what we're going to be talking tonight. Is we're going to talk about, okay, what's happening in Greenville? Are we still anticipating a lot of relocation? Just what's the growth that's going on here? So with that, let's go over here to the comments really fast, see who we've got. Yep, you guys coming through. Oh, Burr, John, it's 27. Burr. Cynthia, okay, you're coming in town February 8th. I hope it's not too cold either whenever you get here, but we shall see. These polar plunges that we've been having, like the crazy dips in temperatures, next week it is supposed to get so cold, and they just don't know what's going to happen. It might snow, it might not. We did get a weather event over this past weekend, which was so much fun. Golly, I wonder if I can pull up pictures because we had a blast. I don't think I put any pictures on Facebook. Oh man, dang. I'll have to bring them up another time. But we ended up getting about an inch or two of snow, and this will tell you how winter weather is in the upstate. So we got an inch or two of snow, and then we got about a quarter of an inch of like frozen rain. Like it was like, it wasn't sleet, but it was just rain, but it was ice by the time it hit the ground. So my kids were excited. Yes, we went out and sledded. It was a blast. But I don't recommend driving. My husband is in public service, and he said it was an absolute mess. People just don't know how to drive in any type of winter weather around here. So, all right, so let's go ahead and we're going to chat through some development, some growing that's happening. And this is one thing that I saw this show up. Ta-da. And I thought this was interesting. So tourism gains predicted for Greenville. This has shown up a couple of different times in our what's happening in Greenville. But here's the fun one. Greenville hotels reported demand up 19% in 2024 compared to pre-pandemic levels. That is something that I think is pretty cool for Greenville, that people aren't just coming here to do the relocation thing. They're coming here to actually like visit and enjoy everything that is the upstate. And so this is just a really good article going on about, okay, what is that? And, is that going to happen? Because tourism is something that for the upstate has not necessarily been a huge thing, but it is something that I think Greenville and as a whole has been working towards, to have it be a destination where people come and enjoy it. And I think 2024 definitely showed out, and they are anticipating, they being the Greenville government, anticipating that it will continue to grow in 2025. So yeah, come visit. And that's really good for jobs. That's really good for just our economy. And I love that they go into depth about it and they feel really good about it. And it's a strong tourism market. So definitely, I mean, I know that, guys, you should have told me my mic like flopped down here. Come on. What's going on here? We're having issues tonight. Apparently you guys can still hear me. Okay. So all the issues today. But with tourism, let's go back to that. Creating jobs keeps our economy strong, and something that, I don't know, I thought it was really cool to see. All right. Next, here we go. We're going to talk about more development. So there's a lot of tonight is focused on the development and the economy that is the upstate. And guys, to me, like, I don't know, I'm going into my 9th year in real estate. And just to see how, I don't know, how this area has grown. Oh man, it's good. Like, I don't get it whenever people say, oh, like, don't stop moving here, like we're full, so on and so forth. I don't know. I think it's good for an area to grow, because if you're not growing, you're dead. And I've been to those areas that aren't growing. And my husband's from an area that really, I mean, it's not a growing area like Greenville is. And there's not as many things to do. It's not as fun to be around. It's a beautiful area of the country, but yeah, I think growth is good. So that's what we're focusing in on tonight. And I want to go ahead and put in here too, like, if you're watching tonight and you have a question, feel free to put it in the comments. We're watching and monitoring those, and making sure that we say, hey, like, if I can answer your questions live, I want to do that. And if you want to more, have a further conversation with me or somebody from the team, we would love to chat with you. So make sure you go to our website and reach out, because that's what we do. All right, let's go into the comments here. Hey, Eric, how's it going? Abby, you are absolutely correct there. Tourism is great for the farmers markets, and it's something that I talk about quite a bit around here. Is I love our farmers markets. I'm very partial to our Travelers Rest farmers market because it's pretty much the best one in the state. So you're not going to change my mind. And we sponsor the Travelers Rest farmers market. That's why, like, not why I love it, but like, I love it so much, I decided to sponsor it. Let's say it that way. I can tell you that probably 75% of the people that I meet at a farmer's market aren't actually from Travelers Rest. Like, they're from other places. They're from different states. They're from at least an hour away. It's very interesting. All right, John, let's see what you got to say here. Buy land in the upstate and you live out of state and are not going to be building on it for a few years. Is their tax rate much higher than being? This is a great question. So I think, oh man, I'm going to have to look this up and get back to you. My gut answer for this question is that you would be taxed on a 6% occupant rate, but at the same time, depends on the land. Maybe you could be taxed agriculturally. Man, can't say the word. Agriculturally, and your taxes would be lower. So it depends. We'll have to look into that, John. Oh, I love this. Clients go to Greenville since I've been there. Yep. Stay at the Grand Bohemian. I love that. I was there just last week. Oh, I love this. Cynthia, you're just gonna have to tell me what you do because that sounds like so much fun. Okay. So let's do this. We're gonna keep talking about some economy and growth of the area. I've got a development to talk about, so on. All right. Greenville is focused on a knowledge economy. So basically what this is we are definitely going from so Greenville used to be known as a textile town, textile industry. That's what Greenville was. However, where Greenville County, Spartanburg County, Anderson County, when you drive here in the area and you hit the interstate, you will see nothing but manufacturing plants. Like they're everywhere, but they're spread out enough to where you don't feel like you're constantly being bombarded by it. I mean, a big draw for these manufacturing companies is because we have the inland port here. It's located in Greer, and it makes it to where they have a way to ship things pretty easily as well. So this is just something where it says we're hyper focused on the knowledge economy, innovation, and entrepreneurship. Our ability to attract the creative class to the Carolinas is incredible. A lot of smart people want to build companies here. So if that tells you anything about the upstate, specifically being able to attract companies like Michelin, BMW, the ones that we talk about all the time, that's awesome. That's what drives this area. And the amount of entrepreneurs that we have, down to like, I mean, that there's so many different examples of this, but being able to just say, hey, you know, that I talk about this, the amount of coffee shops that are in Greenville that are not Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts is pretty ridiculous. I went to a new one just yesterday, and they're all very, very different. And yes, they have coffee, but there's something cool about it that you're not going and getting something that's mainstream. Same thing with restaurants around the area, the upstate. Lot of local restaurateurs and people that want good local food, which I love. That's exactly what we're looking for. So I mean, that just is very encouraging that that's what this area is known for. That's what this area's leaders want for this area. A couple weeks ago, we talked about the super secret project, which I have not seen it addressed yet, guys. So just so you know, I've not seen it. But I love that that is what this area and this time in our lives here, this is known as this article calls it a manufacturing marvel, and really focuses in on entrepreneurs. So I don't know, keep your eyes and ears open for areas that like this that are attracting businesses. That is good. And that's good for the economy. That's good for everything. So, all right. So as we are talking about this, I found a fun graph that I thought you guys would enjoy. Just I was poking around the internet and saying, okay, well, what exactly is happening? What can we expect in the growth of the upstate? Let's see here. I want to find, man, can't find it. All right. We're going to show this one to you. All right. So the upstate's growth, population, and this right here. So off of Arterio, ever wonder how many people live in Greenville, South Carolina, and how fast that number changes? So I thought this was a really interesting model, and then it was updated just at the end of the year. So right here, we are at 2024, and this is the growth rate. That's 72,000 people. Let's see here. Population for 2025 expected to grow 1.2%, but look at it continue to go just year over year over year over year. And I just thought it was interesting to see, okay, that this area, the upstate, is what is expected to happen. All of these zip codes here are just local areas. There are so many more here, but a Greenville zip code from 2020 to 2025 to 2030. And this area is growing, as we know. And it doesn't seem to be slowing down. That's something that, I mean, again, I say it every week. I'm biased. I love this area. Today it was in the 50s and just gorgeous outside. I sat outside and did some work, wrote an offer on a house. It was a lot of fun. So, but just knowing that, hey, we're growing, so on. So let's talk about this. Greenville is forecast to be one of the country's top housing markets in 2025. Why? Well, here's the thing, and I have found these to be very. Is this the? I think this might have been what I. Yep. Greenville Spartanburg doubled its rate of people arriving during the pandemic, leaving South Carolina metros, which means that more people than expected have started relocating to the Greenville Spartanburg area. Now, we have been known as one of top 10 spots. We show up on every list. Greenville is definitely one of those. Now, I also want to note, and we'll say this in some upcoming videos, that Charlotte, North Carolina, actually is also on these top 10 lists. And we are located only about an hour and a half south of Charlotte. There's ripple effects to that. This area doesn't have the traffic like Charlotte. We don't have the traffic like Atlanta. We are not a big city, okay? Our traffic makes big city people laugh because I might sit in traffic for 15 minutes. That's it. Even during like rush hour time on the interstate, I might sit in the traffic that long. So it's definitely something where I see stuff like this and I'm like, yep, we are a hot spot. I know it. That's a great view of Greenville. But our market's not slowing down. That's what this entire article says. Down here it says that even mortgage rates are expected to be an average of 6.9%. I have seen that, and I don't know if I completely agree with it or believe it, so we shall see. But we definitely, I don't think we're going to see 4% or 5% this year. We're back to normal average interest rates. So there is that. All right, let's talk a little bit more about some development, and then I think we're going to shut her down a little early tonight. So let's go here. My friend Grace Lothridge, thank you so much for making your post because our area is growing. She says that right there is Simpsonville, Piedmont area, which let's go over here to the map, which I know you guys love seeing a map. And I like showing you the map here within the MLS. just because, again, let's look at an average house of, let's go 400 to 500 today. Say minimum of a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and yep, so active properties. And let's call out some age on stuff here. Let's see what's 1 to 5, 6 to 10 years old. Okay. And then we're going to give it some square footage parameters just so we're not pulling everything in their mom. Perfect. Okay. So we are looking at the Upstate, and this article specifically, I mean, it's talking about that, but then here, my friend Grace is talking about how we have a new subdivision off of Griffin Mill Road, 83 single-family homes. Then we have Monarch Meadows, 39 family homes. And then we also have, I thought this was really cool here. So we've got another grocery store going in. These are things that I think you need to be aware of whenever there is these developments happening. And when we have these, builders, they're throwing up houses as quickly as they can. New houses are great. New houses that are built well are even better. So I get a lot of questions about new construction and a lot of questions about what's a good builder and what's not a good builder. So I said it last time we were on here, and I'll say it again. There's some really good builders. All right. I'm going to say like DRB, Mungo, Eastwood, depends on some of the other communities. But if you're looking at like the building supervisors in like DR Horton communities, because you can get really good ones and really bad ones. I haven't come across a bad one in a really long time. I've been impressed with a lot of the DR Horton homes I've seen here in the area. I walked a Lennar home tonight. That was a very nice quality home. I saw its quality checks that it was getting. It was really neat. And these builders, some of them are willing still to negotiate with us, which I think is great because interest rates are not coming down. So it's interesting to see where things are headed. But when we have all of this development, the areas need to be able to support it, which means it's not just our roads and not just, traffic lights and so on. Are there schools? Are there grocery stores? Is there a pharmacy nearby? Like, what is there close by to support whenever these new neighborhoods go in? So I am excited to see the development. And then I'm even more excited whenever I see that the development is also taking into account, okay, how many more people are coming to an area. So thank you, Grace, for sharing the information for us. And it's something that I follow and I watch, and it's important to see that. All right, we're going to talk another mixed use development. And I found a map that I thought was cool. You guys know I love maps. All right, so Greenville has a mixed use development that is coming up, and we've talked about it before, but it comes up around Unity Park. So Unity Park opened about 2 years ago, and we have these areas around the park that they are continuing to look into using. So right down here, up into the Pinckney, Hampton Pinckney Historic District a little bit. All of these orange boxes here. And this is something that I think is really good to know, that it's not just going to be housing, it's going to be hotels, it's going to be businesses, it's going to be something where this is an area that you can enjoy. Now, here's something that I want to note as well, is that the Swamp Rabbit Trail runs right through the middle of Unity Park right here. So being able to get to these areas is going to be walkable, bikeable, um, and you're right outside of downtown. So I thought that was really cool, and definitely something to watch, because I'm interested to see like how they improve it, and because this area right now is just nothing, or it's like rundown buildings that haven't been used. So I'm excited to see that. All right. Flip out over here. All right. With that, y'all, it's been a heck of a week already, and it has been crazy busy. So, do me a favor, if you guys have questions, or if you are interested in talking more, leave me a comment, or go to our website and reach out to the team, because we would love to talk to you and would love to be able to say, hey, like, how can we help? We help people buy and sell houses, and we're really good at it. And the real estate market's pretty crazy right now. Not gonna lie. So, all right. Well, I will see you guys next week, hopefully. If not next week, the week after. Again, I told you schedules are kind of weird, and they are going everywhere, and I enjoy this. So you guys have a good rest of your night, and I'll see you next time. So, all right. Bye, y'all.